Yeah.
What class?
Oh,
Which
nice.
number is that?
300, 301 or 360?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I just want to see a show of hands. Who here has taken CISP 360?
Oh, we're gonna do a survey for that.
It was under
Oh,
360.
oh, that's in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay.
okay. But yeah,
No, I'm just interested in people in the room. 360? Okay. Anybody who's either in or taking 301? That's most people. Anybody who has not taken any computer science courses here? Awesome.
You're taking CSP 360, right?
Yeah, I'm taking
Right now.
three and then for one.
Oh, you're in both my classes.
Yeah, I'm in your class. I replied to your comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. I posted a comment about like an if-else statement, and he showed me like the whole disassembler and all the assembly code.
No
Like,
way.
This is the difference. He pointed it out to me.
He's a sweater. He's a discussion board sweater.
No, but that's just fine. Like, so you enter number 5, that's an if statement. You print out 5, right? But then if it's not a 5, you print out something else. And for me, I put an else if I is not equal to 5. But then he put it just an else statement. And it showed me the difference between the two. Yeah.
Hey Gideon, can you do that okay?
That's cool.
No, okay. I don't know if it picks up from there.
I've been wanting to take assembly.
I don't think so. I think it's too far.
What are your thoughts on learning assembly? Just in general class, because you taught it.
I'm teaching it. I'm teaching 2 sections of it.
Oh, this is part.
No, it's just 2 sections of the same class. Yeah, I mean, it's actually a pretty popular class. We've got 4 total sections of it, 2 online, 2 in person. I teach the 2 in person. So I'm here every day of the week for that class.
I really want to take it my last semester, but I'm not sure like I'll be able to. But it'll be just really like.
Hang out.
Hey,
what's up, man? Good to see you. You made it?
Yes.
So you find on the dot.
On the dot.
Okay guys, so feel free to grab pizza and water. We're going to start our slide presentation. My name is Juan, by the way. This is
My name is Edward.
I'm Gideon Marsh. I'm the faculty advisor as well.
Yeah, and in the back is Lynn. Us 3 are officers. We kind of like organize everything. Edward's our president. I like really started the club with
Yeah, he's the
professor.
former president now.
Yeah.
The question is our treasurer.
Yeah, I'm doing most of the treasury
One of the
stuff.
money here.
Yeah, and Lynn is really involved with student government so we can get funding for like food and competitions in the future. We're currently working on that. We didn't get much of that last semester, but it'll be. So welcome, Programming Club Fall 2024. If you were here last semester, you will see that I repurposed the slides from last semester. But yeah, I'm not a designer. By the way, our agenda, we're going to do a quick intro so you know what we're about, what we're going to do, our plans and future events, and then we're going to have a show and tell session, which is basically, we're going to see very cool projects from the professor. He has most of the cool stuff. And then we also have some stuff Edward and I have been working on. I'm sure you guys have very cool stuff too. So if you want to share anything, just pull up like the GitHub repo or like wherever it is and bring it up. Like we'll take anything.
If you've got it on the laptop, we can put it up.
Yeah, we're pretty chill. This is not like structured, and I'm excited to see new things. And then after 4:30, we're just gonna do like networking, getting to know each other, and then you can leave whenever. We have to be out by 5, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody's coming in after us. But
Yeah.
we have the room reserved until 5, and so we should ideally be out by 5.
Yeah, and that's kind of long anyway, so we'll probably be out by then.
Yeah.
And okay, I already talked about us, but that's me, that's Edward, Professor Marsh, and Lynn in the back. Okay, so our plan, like I said before, is we just recharted, so we're working on the funding forms. which I still haven't sent to you, but we're gonna get that soon. So yeah, stay tuned. We want to recruit more people. We had a lot of people last semester that left, especially Brian. You know, Miss
Yeah.
Brian.
I went to Sac State.
Yeah, when I say you've probably seen him in the Discord if you're in Discord, which I'm gonna show you on later. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later. Are we talking about funding? And a big thing we want to do this semester is small group projects. We want to do first. We want you guys to get to know each other, and then depending on your level, we want you to get with the team and like work on a small project, and then we can have another show and tell session and really display what we did. We tried doing like big group project last semester that didn't work very well.
Yeah, even with our small club size, trying to get everybody coordinated is very.
Yeah, it's a
too many people on like some small project. But if you guys have like ideas, I'm sure all of you guys have like interesting ideas you want to execute on. This is a place to connect with other people. We connected, I don't know, like 301 class.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we started like doing projects together.
Yeah, I met Edward in, I mean, we were in math and 301 together, but we really met in this club. And we did like a hackathon since then. We worked on a bunch of projects which we're going to show later. So, I have a slide with just like pictures of things that we've done that have come out of this club last semester, even if we didn't do that much. So, we'll talk about that later. We also want to, small group projects, just get to know other people and just have fun stuff come out of that. And then we also want to do like a lot of workshops. Like, a lot of you guys are not up to date with some software, or like maybe you know a lot and you want to share with others. So we're gonna have a workshop next week most likely. We also want to do competitions once everybody's up to speed. Is anybody familiar with LeetCode? Okay, yes. So a few people, anybody know Code Forces? That one's a bit more.
We'll go into that afterwards.
Yeah.
Really, everything's fairly simple.
And then the other thing we want to do is networking events. Do you guys know AMC Los Rios? Okay, so they're pretty big and they have more resources, and Edward's also involved in that. He's like the president for that too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna partner with them and to have like hopefully speaker events and bring people in. Maybe we'll check out another room for that.
Yeah, so ACM is well connected in the Sacramento area. They have connections with people from Intel and the Folsom headquarters, and they do workshops like they teach you how to build like LLM, they teach you how to build like a chatbot and show you like how everything works. Hopefully we get them to come to our events and come showcase to all of you guys too.
Yeah. For you, you just came in. There's pizza over there if you want. Inside, yeah. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. And don't be intimidated by the word LLMs. Like it's just like API calls. Like it's just fun good stuff. It's very easy.
We're gonna throw around a lot of topics that might seem advanced, especially if you're pretty early on. Our goal as this club is to help everybody get up to that level. That's
Yeah.
why we wanna host like workshops and stuff. We wanna bring everybody into the fun of programming. And
Not just command line C++.
Yeah.
Like,
not the boring stuff that you're gonna do in class anyway. We want you to do the fun
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's way more fun.
And we'll show you all how to get yourself up to that point, even if you're starting with only with 301 or even not even that class yet. The whole point of this club is for us to share our knowledge, communicate, network, that kind of thing.
All right. So future events like I talked about, we're gonna do a workshop on GitHub and other developer tools next Friday, which is really fundamental. So are you guys familiar with GitHub?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just Git. You can use like
Yeah, everything's
Git CLI.
online. We were old school, so yeah.
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 So, yeah, I mean, if you know Git, you're fine. I mean, that's the hard part of GitHub. But yeah, can I get like a show of hands? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you guys know like how to merge? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. We're definitely gonna do that next Friday then. Because if we're all up to speed on these tools, it's very easy to collaborate.
Yeah, Git is basically a collaboration tool. GitHub is partially version control and partially collaboration. So it allows you, if you're working individually, it lets you like see all the versions of your program as you write them. Maybe you can go back to old versions if you do something wrong. You can collaborate with people as well. You can split off programs and merge them back together. Work separately in different places at different times, but still create the same program. So it's a super important tool for everybody collaborating on code, and it's one that is fundamental to software engineering industry.
Think of it as like a Google Drive have like this 1,000 line of code in your project, and then some sort of reason your computer exploded, and your program just died. But if you have your source code on GitHub, you can easily go back to that and pull out source code from that. It's kind of like a cloud storage back for
And if somebody else wants to change your program, if you just have it on that Google Drive, they come and change it in your original form is gone. But with GitHub, they can come and, let's say, branch. They create a copy of your program, they make little changes, and you can compare the two and that kind of thing. So it's a fundamental tool. Getting up to speed with that will help us, jump into the actual programming collaboration. So.
Funny story, Edward and I were working on a project earlier this summer, and we made some changes and broke everything. And luckily we were able to just look at our version control and just roll back.
Just roll back to the last version.
Yeah, and if we didn't have that.
Git's actually it's the British slang for an insult like idiot. That's why it's that.
Really?
That's why it's called that.
I've looked at it. Okay, they have multiple definitions.
Yeah.
But
It was made by Linus Torvalds. It's the same guy who made Linux. Is the guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a cool guy.
It's a lot of irrational stuff. Again, I don't know anything about GitHub itself because GitHub is a GUI wrapper around the actual open source thing. We would just SSH into servers and have Git's repository on them. So I'm not familiar with GitHub itself. But
It's just
GitHub is just social media.
Yeah.
We'll go over that. There's like
Yeah, and this is the same thing.
We'll walk through it step by step and show
I
you.
imagine it's a lot better than just, like you mentioned, it's a world more fun than command line C++. I'm like, oh, it was command line C++.
Microsoft, right?
Yeah, it's Microsoft. It's
Yeah.
source code of Microsoft.
Does it work with Apple computers?
It works with everything.
It's you know what a CLI is? Command line interface.
Okay.
It's there's a set of commands. We'll give you a cheat sheet, don't worry. And you just use the command you need and it moves code around. It's cool. Alright, well we talked about all this. This is our end game plan. We want to do a small hackathon with just Los Rios colleges and other people. Probably not gonna stay overnight because that's kind of difficult, but we'll do an all day submit a project, make project, do something.
Isn't the planning?
But it's in the planning, just to get you guys excited. Alright, so Edward, yes.
So for the important resources, we have a QR code here. If you guys aren't in our Discord yet, please scan. That's our best way to communicate. Also, if anyone's interested in a leadership position or officer position, that's the best way to talk, because we're in need of other positions too. While you do that, this is GitHub. I'm gonna show it real quick. So this is Juan's account.
I'm going to go back 1 sec to that QR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we post all of our announcements to all of our club planning over the Discord.
Who came here from the Discord announcement? Okay, so that's funny. I thought most people were. Do you guys see the flyers? Probably everybody else here like this. Flyer?
Oh, cool. At least one flyer.
Good to know the flyers are like. How do you guys?
I'm not sure actually. The
Yeah.
student government building puts them out for us.
Remember? We were talking to Jeff for a second.
Oh, I was talking to him.
Which server was it?
Our server, the programming club server.
Oh, so you're on.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's-
okay.
Are you guys able to scan it? I don't know.
Did anybody hear about this from an announcement for one of their classes? Any of you? Some of the word of mouth would be better. Any of my classes?
It's fine. If you like this and you're excited about this club and
Oh yeah, we'll
you're planning on coming
Yeah,
back.
once you're in, you can check out the rules and stuff, and then this is the soft roles. I made this, I'm really proud of this. You get to
That's
choose your
cool.
own roles and stuff, what programming languages you know. And then second off, I want to go through is GitHub. We were rambling about that for a second. So this is kind of like Instagram for developers, where you post your code.
Yeah.
Who knows 3 Blue 1 Brown?
I'll love to.
Yeah, so 3 Blue 1 Brown, they have this code repository if you check it out on GitHub. It's like the Python script that's running their animations on their YouTube. And the cool thing about this is they have the source code posted on this, so you can understand what they did, their comments, and how they did it. It's basically like social media, like development.
so very quick, there's two parts to this. So first is Git, what he knows very well, which is this version control collaboration. Then we have the actual website where we're storing all of our code, but people also use it to share work. And what we do a lot is we grab somebody else's work and we reuse it in a different way.
It's public, so
Yeah, it's
you can
public.
go and look at other people's projects, you can see stuff that's popular, if someone keeps a link, you can just go and download their code.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
like this, like you can just copy this link, you just put it in the command line, like git clone this, and you have the whole repository on your own
You
computer.
can also just download the zip
Yeah.
file of the pro.
Or you can just download the zip file. and
It's easier in the command line though, then you have to extract.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard when you don't know the commands.
there are several options for getting it, but it's just a way of sharing code with friends, coworkers, and the public at large.
And then this is like your profile, kind of like your portfolio. If you were to share with other devs, or like if you want to share it with like a recruiter, like what you've done before.
This is a great way to set up a portfolio.
Go to my read, like go to the top right.
So this is kind of like their landing page and stuff that you can introduce yourself and introduce the tools that you know and the best ways to contact you. And then here, what I like about this is to show like your streak. Like the green parts is like how many commits you've done in a day. Commits basically how many pushes you've done into the repository. It's like how many updates, how many
It's like an activity log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see like a whole bar, like, oh, I've coded for like a whole week straight, and these are like how many times I coded in the last year. This is one, coded like 437 times in the last year. And then you can see this is where we really develop our app. We write it every single day for like 8 hours a day.
Every day, 8 hours a day before school started, yeah. It was fun.
And then, yeah, like, this is our 360 class if you're taking CISP 360.
We'll talk about
Yeah,
this
we'll talk about
later.
that later, but it's also on GitHub. And then, who here knows about hackathon? Who knows what hackathons here? Like,
What a hackathon is.
what a hackathon is. Who knows what a hackathon is?
Yeah.
So it's basically like a get together of like programmers, you guys, and everybody here. There are prizes that you can like go for. Like a simple hackathon is like they give you a problem and solve it. Like, oh, we want you to build like a web app to present like a management system or of our software like that. And then so you come together for like 24 hours or whatnot, and then you build something and present to judges. It doesn't have to be fully functional. It's like a demo. And then this website called MLH, if you guys are interested, it's a place where they host hackathons and they're available. And usually they're in the States, in California. Right now, it's really hot in the Midwest and on the East Coast. And they're free. There's a bunch of California too. And they're free to join, and some even like pay for your travel expenses. There's one in Texas that's happening in like 2 months. I'll go after that later.
But yeah, we'll just keep all this in the PowerPoint. We'll show the PowerPoint too. This is just a slide of resources. You just do a quick overview. Yeah.
And then you can see their like prizes are crazy. Like you can win $1,000. Some prizes are like 100K in total, kind of like that.
They happen at all different levels, big ones that attract people from across the nation, and small local ones.
Yeah, we had Hack Davis earlier, like in summer.
And then LeetCode, if you guys are familiar, it's kind of like a place where you practice your programming skills. Who knows about like sorting and like searching and stuff?
If you think 360, you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, searching, sorting. It's basically like, who knows about like a bubble sort? Yeah, you can practice your bubble sort on LeetCode. There's a famous thing called Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But all the problems like ask you to do a certain function and return a certain result, give it a certain input, and then it checks whether you did it right or wrong. So it's a very good place to practice. People when they practice for interviews, they usually know it. So these are a lot of useful resources. We'll keep the slide. We'll share this so you'll have this to your availability.
and then for Code Forces, it's basically we're gonna use that if we're gonna do a competitive programming competition. Kind of like you guys are like competing against each other, and it basically it's like a place where we can create our own custom room and invite you guys to compete.
It's LeetCode 2.
It's like LeetCode but for PvP, and we can hand out prizes for winners. And then yeah. So these are the open slot positions. it will be grateful if you guys are able to join us and take up a leadership role. It's all, like 3 people running this club, but we want to expand it. One of the ones we want is a social media manager, someone who's to help promote our club.
Yeah, we're not good at that.
We're not really good at that. If you guys are good at like social media, yeah, we need
We can
help
talk about it
with logos
later.
and icons
You
too.
should- Especially if you're in Discord, just shoot us like a message.
And then tax and tools coordinator, general planning help. Basically, like if you guys want to like help us like coordinate events and stuff, and the future events like competitions, we would gladly accept you guys.
Yeah, we're basically open to anybody who wants to help. We just want to get more people involved so we can do cooler stuff. And I mean, also we're trying to reach way more people, right? So that's another thing. So yeah, just let us know if you're interested, but just keep it in the back of your head. So these are some pictures of stuff we did last semester. So that is a project we all worked on, which it was a big chaotic because there was a lot of people. But it came out kind of cool. We haven't finished. It's the club website. It doesn't look good because we're not designers. So if anybody has experience,
Anybody has
with that,
great
that would
art
be
skills.
We didn't have enough officers last semester, so my picture's up there twice.
Yeah, we didn't get everybody either. We just got like, yeah. I mean, Lynn just took a couple pictures, just threw them up there, like after.
Yeah,
So this is-
after class.
Yeah, it was definitely like a work in progress that never finished, but we're probably going to try to finish it this semester. This is a hackathon. We went to Jorge, Edward, and I were all in the club. We met here, and we like connected because we're in the club, and we were all planning to go to this hackathon, so we just teamed up, and we did pretty good. We built a full stack web app. We didn't win any prizes, unfortunately, but we can show you that project later. It's called Good Neighbor. We got like the logo here. This was from the start of the semester. We had a show and tell, and that's one of the most popular projects from show and tell. Professor Marsh's generating algorithm, which you're going to see in a second. I think it's pretty cool. After you show it to us.
It's mesmerizing to watch, but it's fun.
Yeah, I just downloaded and ran it like for a while.
And then this guy right here, his name is Sai. He's all the way from New York, and he flew out down to Davis. And we met him because of the MLH hackathon, right? There's a Discord, and then we connected with him, and we wanted like a fourth teammate. So he happened to be here with us. He's a grad student, right?
Yeah. He included
Computer science grad student. Yeah.
That's cool.
All the way from New York. That guy's crazy.
And then this is an app we've been working on with Edward. We met in the club, and I feel like it goes to show you like something that good that came out of our club. We didn't do much last semester. That's why we only did
Yeah,
outside.
we haven't been running as a club for actually all that very long. These kinds of projects are stuff that we can jump into very quickly. It's not like they require
Yeah.
months of planning or anything like that. Like, if you guys stick around with this club, we'll share ideas, we'll get started on this stuff, we'll have something like this that you can show off by the end of the semester.
Yeah, and guys, I really appreciate any feedback, really, because when we started this end of fall semester last year.
Yeah, we kind of started in the middle of the fall semester, but it was kind of really unofficial for
Yeah.
that part.
And that was basically the professor and I just like sorting out what we were gonna do. And then the next semester we were able to get more people in and we actually did some stuff, even though we were still organizing. And then this semester we jumped into it full on. So we're hoping to get a lot of stuff going. But we're relatively new, so we don't know what people like best. We don't know if you're like bored just watching us talk. So feedback is always appreciated. Just shoot me a message. If you want to get involved in planning this stuff to make it better, get involved. Like we're open and
We don't want it to be up here talking for a long time. It's a discussion, it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
You're welcome to talk, throw in comments, suggestions, complaints.
All right. And
So this next
can
slide
you
is
guys take a quick survey to let us know? It's basically what we've asked you before, but just in writing. So
Yeah. What are you interested in? So, what's your experience and what are you interested in? So we know what best to do going forward.
yeah, and what your level is, because I know I asked you guys to all your class, but I just want this like data stored. So yeah, what's up?
yeah.
Does it work? Does it work? Maybe through. Oh no,
You need to stand up and get closer.
Can you just not scan it?
No, it's actually big.
This is the AI. Okay, funny story. but it's using like a, you guys might be familiar with Hugging Face? It's like AI model. It's just like an AI model.
Yeah, it's
so
like that or something.
it might be.
You got it? You guys got it?
We can also share the link on Discord, by the way.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I will share this.
Yeah, this isn't.
I think it's on there, or, no, it might
No,
not
no,
be.
no,
It's on, I'll just check. Yeah, no, but when we were messing around making this stuff, it worked on the computer. Just letting you know.
Works on my machine, what are you talking about? It works on my machine, I don't know.
On the announcements. On the announcements channel.
Apple only.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Everybody got it? Anybody need help?
Okay.
It's on the Discord.
If you connect to Discord, we've got it on Discord.
Were you able to join the Discord via?
Yes, that will import the Discord.
No.
It might just be trying to pick up the objective.
Alright, so we're just gonna have to make a pull request to the. Fix it. Yeah. So, just like the survey, we're gonna set up some stuff in there. And show and tell. There's pizza right there if you want any, water, and we're going over some stuff. Did everybody get the survey one? I know you didn't, but. No, you didn't get the survey? Are you on their Discord?
I got the Discord.
Okay,
Yeah,
you sent it on announcements.
Should be.
Just open announcements, yeah, because that one wasn't scanning very good. Here's the Discord one, if, you just came in, you wanna join our Discord. How did you hear about the club? Did you? Did anybody, okay, so, but some people saw the flyers, that was good.
Some people saw the flyers, some people got it
Word
from
of mouth.
Discord.
Word of mouth? Okay, that's good too.
Handful of people got it from at least my class.
I got it.
Oh yeah, we met him walking.
Well, now on the way.
Sounds good. Why not?
Okay. So everybody good? Okay, so we're gonna show a couple projects. We're gonna start with project on Twitter March, which I think is super cool. So I'll just run it, and if you want to talk about it first, that'd be great.
So it's just going to go off about us. This is an example of a genetic algorithm. You guys familiar with the term genetic algorithm? It's a type of machine learning. So this is the program attempting to learn to accomplish a task. So the task it's trying to learn is how to navigate one of those bubbles from where they start up there to the bottom of the little play area without hitting any obstacles. So the way it learns how to do that is by, well, it starts by randomly generating, I think it's 500 bubbles. And each bubble has its own instructions for how it's supposed to progress through this phase. And since they're randomly generated, they're not very good to start with. They start way up there at the top. But we randomly generate 500, we test them, we see how they run, and we score them. So you can see they're color coded. The red ones are doing very badly. The green ones are doing much better. So we score them, and what's that? There's one little blue one, which is the current top scorer. So you can kind of see the blue bubble bouncing around down there. So we score them, and we let it run for, in this case, 500 frames. And then at the end of that, we stop, we take all their scores, we throw out the worst half of them outright, and then we take the best half, and we recreate another set of 500 bubbles, maybe it's only 200, several hundred bubbles, matching the instructions, the brains of the previous best scorers. And so now we have a new generation that's slightly smarter than the last one, because they're learning off the previous one's brains. And then we just repeat that over and over and over. I mean, just do the explanation now,
So
like
you're
generation
selective
11.
breeding- You're selective breeding robots.
Basically.
Yeah, that's a good
More or
way
less,
to put it.
that's the idea behind the genetic algorithm, is we're teaching the program to do something, not by education, but by natural selection. So it's literally an evolutionary algorithm. Did I see a question?
Yes, do the bubbles, take any input other than they build?
Nope. They have their own little set of brains, which we can view the top runner's brains like the they're oh sure.
Oh, it's just very.
Okay. I think yeah.
Oh, it's making it.
It's
So they can't see.
yeah. Okay. So it doesn't show up on the projector. It's very dim. But they each have their own set of brains. So basically, each bubble you can kind of see with these lines. It's very hard to see. That's my bad.
Like, you can see them right there.
Yeah, you can kind of see them over the top of the
Right,
What
right.
if I just change the color?
You can, but you have to stop the program and
Oh,
start over.
restart it. Oh, no.
So, essentially, each bubble secretly has a grid of like 100 by 100 squares, and in each square there's just a little arrow telling the bubble to go that way. So, I'll have my board here.
Oh.
So every bubble it's 100 by 100, but it's like these squares, and like one bubble's brain might be like this. So, they have full 360-degree movement, but like the bubble enters this square and it goes like that. So that's every bubble has like 100 by 100 and full of those arrows. That's their brain or their genetics. And so if their brain happens to do well, then their bubble is made of a good path. So we take that and we selectively combine it with other good brains, and they slowly improve. Other questions?
So it's kind of like an odd combination of a genetic algorithm like a Z-score?
Kind of, yeah. It's, it is a genetic algorithm, but it's, in this case, we're just, it's kind of like a fake flow field in terms of their brain, like this. It's like a flow field. It's like someone who had heard the basic description of what a flow field was and tried to recreate it, which is literally what happened when I did this. But then, and then their score is just, it's literally
Being smarter.
yeah, it's literally just how far did they get. And you can see they're starting to get more intelligent. The average intelligence is going up because now the pack moves down past that first barricade. So you can see now they're starting to form a line. The general intelligence of the group is now smart enough to get down there, but now they have to learn, they were veering right, now they have to learn to veer left. And some of them are smart enough, but right now it's not yet spread through the whole generation. So let's turn off that blueprint. It runs faster if you don't have it on.
Oh, without the.
Yeah. There you go. Buzzing around again. And so it's just a repeated process. If you scroll down just a tiny bit, so you can see the,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
so you see the text. So we're currently on generation number 26. The overall best made it 329 spaces down. The whole thing is 500. So the best guy's already making it pretty far. The last generation was 5 worse than the last one on average. But then this generation is 2 worse than this one. And so it's going to progressively learn how to navigate this just by repeating this process. So we don't have to do anything. It's eventually going to learn how to reach the bottom. Typically, it is randomized every time. It's a whole new set of bubbles, and it's all randomized. How they combine is random. But generally, the behavior that we see is they learn to get to the point that they're at, and then they get more or less stuck for a little while. And then eventually, the mob mentality will learn to veer left, and then they'll get stuck here, and then they'll be stuck there for a while. Eventually, they'll learn to make this S curve around.
The cool thing is we're gonna just leave this running in the background and we'll show everything else. You'll see that again.
It's just leave it on like a screensaver.
Yeah, we ran this for like, how long did we run it for last time? We ran it for like a while. And
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to stay watching.
It takes like somewhere between 1 and 2 hours to actually issue water.
Yeah.
Kind of shows how easily it is to let you.
Yeah, it's one of those screensavers. One of the old
I
screensavers.
went home, I cloned this repository, it's public, so you can access this code.
Oh yeah, you can just download
And
this
I
for
just
yourself.
I just ran it for a couple hours, it was so fun.
Yeah, it just sit there and watch it. I made this program just as a demonstration of the algorithm because I thought it was cool and I wanted to do it. And I wanted a program that uses it on my portfolio, so I did this. So it's maybe took me, I mean, of course, I'm an experienced programmer by the time I wrote this, but it took me maybe 2 days, 5 hours each to type up this whole thing, just in HTML and JavaScript. Obviously, the HTML is not terribly impressive. It's a blank page with a bit of text on it. But the JavaScript runs the whole thing.
If I wanted to ever use this, I would probably want to do research on how to make it easy and have general intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, I went with the simplest approach and just made bubbles navigating this abstract or creative obstacles. But I mean, there's all sorts of similar projects out there. I mean, for those of you who are interested, probably already know of the whole set of videos on YouTube of people teaching different programs to do all sorts of different things, like create a ragdoll man in Unity and teach him how to stand up and walk, and or teach a program to play Tetris, or teach a car how to drive, or there's a lot of Trackmania videos out there. I've seen one which is literally teach 2 little ragdoll guys who start by just flopping over, teach them how to stand, how to move, and how to play ping pong. That's no joke. They actually play ping pong, and they get up to like a several hundred streak of hitting it back and forth. And so there's all sorts of really cool videos out there. I mean, that's what kind of what inspired me to try and just
Inspired me.
experience it for myself. But of course, this is very simple, but I made it simple on purpose because I wanted it to be easy to understand. You can kind of see they're starting to spill off the side there now.
Yeah.
The general intelligence is slowly improving.
I got a question. Are they blind?
Yeah, they don't know anything. They just, like I said, they just have
Oh,
this
that
grid.
makes
Yeah, they just have this grid and they follow this grid no matter where it leads them. If they hit an obstacle, they are told to stop. But they just follow the grid. So the reason they're bouncing around isn't because they're trying to avoid the walls. It's because their grid happens to have them moving around in little circles, which is better. I mean, they will learn to bounce around in circles because they're penalized for touching the wall. All I have to do is I set up the environment and I told them what the incentive was. More points if you get further down, but you lose points if you touch a wall. And that's the incentive, and they will try to maximize their points to the best of their ability. So,
Once you learn, I mean, if you don't know syntax very well, the first thing would be to learn like the syntax a little bit more. Hey guys, there's pizza right there. Just feel free to grab it and just
Thank
take
you.
it. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Sorry,
I mean, we can,
late.
I don't want to take up the whole show and tell, but we can
Yeah.
show off the code for this at some point.
But
It's
just
not terribly complicated.
as a motivator, like if you learn this, first I would get familiar with like programming concepts. Programming concepts and syntax. But then once you do that, all that it takes to like get to this stuff is really understanding like the algorithms and just implementing them in using.
I didn't invent this algorithm. I looked it up online. It's like you look up genetic algorithm and you see examples and you see explanations and you see research papers and you pick up bits and pieces until you learn how to put them together the right way. This isn't any, I don't think this has this specific genetic algorithm has a name. There are some like more famous algorithms. And this is several years old at this point. There are famous algorithms out there that are taking over the world in AI. But this is just a very basic one.
Yeah, but I mean once you have understand like programming principles and syntax, all that's keeping you from getting here, it's like some more like math maybe and
Yeah, I
something.
would say in terms of the courses that we teach here, you could get like 95% of the way through this just off of the knowledge from CISP 360. Like not even the end of CISP 360, just midway through CISP 360. If you've taken 400 or 401, you have every tool and more that you need to get to this point.
Is it a class?
Yeah, those are objects. Well, they're objects, but it's JavaScript, so there's not really real objects.
But you can technically do it without objects too.
Well, yeah, you could do it without, that's what I mean, you only really need CIC 360. And even then, no.
Alright, let's go to the next project. I'll keep this running in the background and then I'll open it. So we're gonna do like networking in like, I don't know, 15 minutes. And I'll just leave it open during networking. Are you questions?
Is there an alarm when it gets to the bottom or?
No.
You'll be checking it each time.
Just keep tapping that
Slow it down.
Yeah, and I'll say one of them's gonna hit the bottom, but then like more are going to progressively hit.
No, we have the link to
So we have, oh, it's
Yeah,
on
it's
the
on
slides.
It's on the
the,
slides.
it's on the slides,
Yeah,
so
so you-
on the slides, yeah, it's, that literally links to my GitHub repository, so you can just download it and run it on your own computers.
Who's spamming the Discord? I'm getting like loud.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
This is the code, by the way, it's,
You have a
5
readme?
files and some of them are very short.
Do you have any readme?
What's that?
Is the readme?
Some of them, yeah, I tried to cut them. So,
That's nice.
area, fitness function, the okay.
Yeah, so you can read this later, and you can download this. You can do it with the command line interface, or you can just go download zip, extract files.
All you literally have to do to run this code is download the zip, extract the zip file, and double click on the index file, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it'll open up in a
Alright, well, do you guys want to see the website?
website.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why it's not finished. Lynn put
Trash.
in a lot of work, but the rest of us, like, honestly, we started off strong and then. Yeah. It was a big project and it was messy, but here's the repo if you're interested. We don't have a lot of documentation, but I do have it on mobile, and I can show you. Lynn, do you have any like web dev experience before last semester?
Not really, just like my own personal stuff I work on. Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing huge.
So, just
We did some workshops to get everybody up to speed on how to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody last semester, the few people that we had, was working on this together.
yeah.
I'd say the real point that stopped us from getting any further is that we didn't have anybody who could design.
Yeah, that was the main thing.
We can write the code, we didn't know how to make it look good.
I think we had our like design on the whiteboard with just markers and stuff like that.
We tried our best, we're not artists.
So, kind of like my specialty in life is like, connecting people, right? I just randomly, randomly met, video game designer. And she was, I told her I knew some coders. So, as far as designs go, I can get her to come over here, hopefully, see if she got some free time. Get her to come in.
We accept everybody, except students.
Yeah.
Not really a community open.
I mean-
but yeah, we accept students. That's the you don't have to be in the computer science department. You don't have to be in any computer science classes. You just gotta, you're welcome to just join us.
Okay, so
when is this still working?
5.
3 to 5.
Yeah,
Every
we
Friday.
meet from 3 to 5, so we end at 5-ish.
Yeah, everybody.
Well, I'm gonna be leaving, Edward. I'll see you.
See you around.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I did send my information in the Discord.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
We'll be sharing everything in Discord. If we change the room, it'll all be in the Discord, so stay tuned.
Okay, sure.
So this is, okay, it doesn't look great.
That's old information. That's
Yeah.
old information. We don't meet there.
Yeah, don't be there, don't be there.
That's last this semester. We haven't updated.
I want to show you this to motivate the fact that most of the people that worked on this had no idea, had no knowledge of
Yeah,
web
yeah,
development.
yeah. Just about everybody who worked on this went in from the semester having zero web
Yeah.
experience.
And yes, he helped a lot. He knew web dev. I knew web dev, and Milan knew web dev. Very much. And we just brought everybody else up to speed, and we all worked on this. Lynn did most of it. Lynn had very.
I had a $5 book from Amazon I didn't even read, so.
Yeah. You with the book?
Yeah.
That's React Native. That's like mobile app.
Yeah, yeah, cause I want to work on a mobile app. I'd like to.
Oh yeah, the app we made is on React Native, so we'll show you that. Yeah. But yeah,
Just copy.
made a lot of cool stuff.
And then we get twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my younger sister she wants to be a coder.
How old is she? A
Is
student?
she a student here?
She's not a student here, but she's a student.
Is she a student of Los Rios?
She's 14.
Oh.
Might have to wait a few years.
Yeah, I
But if she wants to like contribute to like open source projects, if we eventually have our projects open source,
Yeah.
she can.
Um,
I think to be a illustrious student.
So to be here, you have to be a student, but to contribute to the small group projects, I mean, she's pretty good. Yeah, but either way, all this stuff, I can show you the code, but it will get kind of boring. But we use a network, framework called React. It's very popular nowadays, and most like websites you see are going to use this. I mean, unless you use, most of them use, a lot of them. It's the most popular one. But yeah, if you know this, you can like build like full functional websites. And actually, I have a. Is it here?
You literally stole that one on the SEC site.
Oh yeah.
See, like enrolled in classes.
Yeah, we legit copied the code.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What domain hosting?
Oh, it's just local.
It's local
It's
hosting.
local
Yeah,
right
at the
now.
moment, it's not a website you can
So-
actually visit.
You
That's
can,
fair.
you can run anything on your local. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Is there a perspective, or are you looking at domain providers?
No, so we already have, we're probably gonna work on it first, but I have a. Yeah, we might be able to.
Yeah, I was hoping.
I'm gonna deploy the website on that. I mean, I didn't pay a domain, but, oh well, this is kind of broken. But this is a website I go by. You go from the one you had before, you polish it, and then you publish it, and this is kind of how it turns out. This website uses, Spotify API to show you like your most listened to music. It's broken right now. I don't know, they probably revoked my rights, but I should have asked them. That's why it's not on the agenda, but it's just to show you like you can deploy pretty easily. Edward and I deployed a mobile app earlier this semester too, so.
We might be able to get our website onto the SCC site, they sent me an email.
But that's not about, that's just the page, they just sent us media. But what I'm thinking is maybe we can host it under that.
Maybe, yeah, we have to look at that.
We have to look into it. Well, maybe we can do like an href and then just host it somewhere else.
Yeah.
We can host it for free. But yeah, you want to talk about, oh, questions? No?
I'm the head of the STEM club, and I would really like to know if I can host the website for our club for free.
Yes, you can. It's
Really?
Everything's
anyway.
free.
So most host providers give you a free option because a lot of the way I understand the software industry is it starts with very small groups of people making a project, and then if it becomes popular, it takes off, and then as you get more traffic to your website, you start paying.
That makes sense.
Right. But most starter plans will let you have like a bunch of people access, like 20 people access at the same time if you're pushing your baby, but and it's all free.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is like Vercel, kind of like a software developer tool that you can deploy
Yeah.
websites on.
This is where we
Yeah.
deployed our backend.
Just run the code. You can also deploy your front end. And then the cool thing about this is that their documentation is very well written. You can start with a tutorial that they guide you through everything. But you can look into this on your own time to deploy your own website onto this.
Oh wait, the one I just showed is on the local. It's just turned on. It's on ready. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Because it costs money.
Yeah,
Because it costs money.
I was dumb last semester and I deployed a website on a server that cost money, so I turned it on and off. But
So the next project is a Tic-Tac-Toe AI project. We did that in our 360 class for our final project.
yeah, that was better than
It's basically inspired from the CS50 AI course, and it's basically like a computer that shoots out all of the possible choices in the current state, and it chooses which state is the best for that. So right now, X is the player, which is the max player, and always the player is the mid player. So the algorithm is called min and max algorithm. The max player tries to score the max amount of points, and the min player is the opposite of the max player, trying to score the minimum amount of points. So at this X's turn, there's like three possible places, right? The right, top left, and the bottom. And then you run through all of these potential choices, and you keep running down until you find a terminal point, which means either all the board is filled, or there's a winning player. And then basically, so the min player grabs the minimum value from each scenario. At this point, 0 is the minimum point. which means that it's stale. If it's -1, which means O wins, and if it's 1, which means X is win. So the min player is responsible to getting the minimum amount of value, and the maximum player is responsible for getting the maximum out of all of the minimum values. That's basically essentially like picking the best option at the moment.
Let's show it.
Yeah, that's right. Do you want to do it?
I think I do. Gotta find it.
And this thing, we really didn't like sit through and like start from scratch. We did a lot of research on this. There's like a project that's written also in Python, and we also kind of really repurposed it. It's all written in C++ because our class is in C++. But it goes to show that you can like write anything, create anything you want, as long as you can imagine it. Because all it takes is just one Google search away, or one ChatGPT search
What was the
away.
main file? Was it game?
I think so.
That's main.
Is there a big like equation you guys are using?
It's different algorithms. So the main thing we use is called breadth first search. Have you heard of that? You have? You definitely heard of it. But it's a type of search that, do you guys know what node trees are? It's a data structure. So you go from one node to other nodes, and basically what this does is it searches the child nodes of a parent node for a value or for a result. So breadth first search is an approach that searches this one, then that one, and then it goes to the next level. Depth first search goes straight down. You know, there's different types of algorithms for search. And then we use the minimax algorithm, which Ever just explained. Maybe it was a little bit confusing without context. That gives you the best possible value you can get by making a certain move. And what else do we use?
I think that's it. And then, have you guys heard of stacks and queues? Yeah, basically, depth first search, vector search, you can switch between the both if you use a stack and a queue. I think a stack, you use vector search.
Yeah, but
And then a queue, you use depth first search. So stack, you go for each level, each node. And then with a queue, you go through each in depth.
yeah, but don't worry if you don't understand it. It's like you have to like.
That's all
Okay.
algorithms and data structures.
Yeah.
That's the
course
search.
number your SSCs for that class.
Yeah. But
430, that is it.
But the cool stuff is seeing it work. So these are the coordinates of the board. Imagine this is like a tic-tac-toe kind of like, board. And you can play player versus player versus AI. So that's the interesting part. So you start. Okay, we found out when working on this that tic-tac-toe is a theoretical draw every single time.
It's a solved game. It's
Yeah,
mathematically
it's a
solved.
solved game, but I had no clue. So I was just
Connect as
curious.
well. If you want to do a Connect 4 one, it's also mathematically solved.
Really?
Yeah, Connect 4 is mathematically solved.
That's cool. I need to look into that. By the way, if you don't make the right move, the AI will beat you. I assure you.
So you cannot beat this. If you guys beat this AI, I'll show you my AI.
Same. Unless
You can
okay,
only
hold
time
on,
lose.
hold on. The only reason you might be
Nah.
is because I'm on the wrong branch right now, and that one has an error. But I'm pretty confident it's not because we submitted this like.
Yeah.
semester ago.
Is that why you shake your head the first time?
No.
Yeah, last semester you had long hair.
Oh, I can't say this. Alright, should I go 9?
Yeah, it's been right. So AI to move, and then it goes to square 2, and then it's 1 to move. So you gotta go 8 unless you lose. And it's AI to move. We explicitly put a timer so you can see.
Yeah,
But
it's
usually
just-
it's like in a minute, in like milliseconds, it just snaps.
I mean C++.
Yeah, it's
So, yeah, the
3, and then AI to move.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the actual AI calculations are instantaneous. So they delay it so it looks like you're playing against a real person. It
You
feels
should
better.
show our main file. It's just a duo.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll make a bad move. What's like a hard to lose way. I don't know if I explained myself. What looks like a good move right now, but it will actually make you lose.
It's not 2. It's not 2.
Is that will I lose?
Yeah, I mean,
See, it blocks. It actually blocks it.
And then,
And then let's go.
yeah, what's that? 7?
7.
I still win.
Yeah,
You can always fail my yeah.
It didn't make the best possible move. Your AI is-
Okay, I'm just gonna lose my phone. It did?
It did, well,
What was the best move?
the best move
Nine.
would have been, it's one of those spaces up there.
Looks like someone's getting a new haircut.
Six.
In this situation, it should have gone, what was that, 6?
No, wait, it should have
Yeah, we would've
Oh, I
won.
guess so, I didn't see that.
See, we
Yeah.
did.
Dude, our AI is fine. Our AI is fine.
Human flaw.
Alright, hold on, let me make it a bit harder.
It's really hard. This is actually really similar to chess computers work as well. For game frame
I'm gonna go middle. I think that's a tricky one. It's gonna go to the 2 corners. Alright, show this. Which one is it? Is it a corner? Yeah, I think it's.
I mean, if you really want to lose, you go 9.
No. I think it's 7. 7's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tricky, right? Yeah, that was tricky. So then we block.
Oh wait.
Oh wait, no, it still wins.
I think you're already the strongest.
Alright, the AI always wins or draws.
If you guys don't have someone to play with,
Yeah. You can also download this. This is public. You can just run it.
Code in of the condition for the player against the AI.
What do you mean?
Like, did you code it like,
no, there is.
congrats, you didn't, you never.
no, it's only like
Wait, did we?
it's either X win or O win. So we.
Oh no, we did make it.
Because we have player versus.
We have to play.
Yeah, player versus player.
Alright, well, either way, we're done here.
Yeah, we did this for our 360 project.
Yeah,
The
the code
always is just remove the option to win against
Yeah.
So you can code the path.
Yeah, so the code is right here, it's online, you can look at it, you can download it, you can use it. You can fork it, which means make a copy, edit it, and do whatever you want. That won't edit the
Yeah.
main file, so then it's very.
Yeah, you have 3 forks currently.
Yeah, 3, 4, we got.
We have 3 forks. Alright, and this is like the main file, so you can see it's very modular. We make this very clean.
It says include our other file.
This is the whole, like, this is the file I just ran. This is like the whole file. It just imports from over here.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's not cool.
so you first you display the board, and then if the person says play, you start the game mode, and then if the game was player versus player, you do player versus player. If the game was player versus AI, that.
Why did you show the code?
You're doing your header files outside your name.
No, but these.
You're doing your header files outside.
I mean, it's so.
I'm guessing you have those are just.
I can put my so you're using IO stuff, right?
Yeah. It's the header files. Yeah, it's outside.
You're going outside.
If
Yeah, outside.
Yeah.
I think we have that somewhere in one single file, or in.
Tap on over to the genetic algorithm. See how it goes.
Oh, the genetic algorithm?
Oh, yeah.
It might be one by now.
Yeah, we have our imports here.
I'll be here next Friday. Take your rest.
Do you guys need anything else?
Thanks for coming, guys. So, yeah, it's getting stuck there.
Well, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah,
We'll just come back to it.
This is where it takes the longest on the genetic algorithm. So I'm generating 66 and it still hasn't gone past that above. Like I said, it takes an hour, maybe up to 2 hours to make a layer of this.
Alright, what's next?
It's the.
Coming later?
Just.
Loved it?
Just.
Oh, yeah, next code.
Yeah.
Oh, just show the video.
So.
I'll show you my phone. Oh, it's not.
This is what we did over the summer. It took us like 20 days to do. So it's basically like a rideshare app for students like you guys. We focus on the Davis-Sacramento area currently. The reason why we did this is because Juan called me to hop on this program. I think our sister.
Yeah, so my sister got in a crash. It wasn't that bad. The insurance just like kicked her off. They were charging her like 10 grand a year. So we're like, we're not paying that. Yeah, I know it's weird. I have no clue why. But and the story, she didn't drive. So sometimes she had to get to class and she had to like either Uber or like make sure like ask if her friend was on the side. So we were like, okay, wouldn't it be cool if we could make an app that you could post where you want to go, when you want to go, and connect with others that need to do the same thing, so you don't spend extra money on gas, or if you don't have a car, you can share a car. So that's what we did. And it's currently in beta test. I have it on my phone if you guys want to see it. We're planning on releasing it to app stores like later this semester, but it's a lot of work.
What API you guys use for the map?
Google Maps.
Google Maps API.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give us like $300 to $200 of credits to test and to develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically you log in with your WID. It's only for students. And then you can post rides.
What if we live stream on Discord?
What about live stream on Discord? I can live stream on Discord. Yeah, here, open Discord. I'll show you my phone. That's cool.
Oh, I need to find
Oh, right. Do it on your phone. Yeah.
So I think
Yeah, but you know how we did the website on React? We did this on React Native. So it's similar, but like for mobile apps. And we didn't know much about it, so we kind of bootstrapped it. It was fun. But yeah, we'll just show you guys how it turned out. Where you at?
and then you should see my screen share. This is all my stuff. Oh my god. So right now we have it on our this one Apple Native.
How long you can do?
Bottom, right corner.
Okay, I think that should be good. And then you sign in with your WID, and then you should get like an email. This is another API call.
Yeah, we have a backend server for all this stuff. So we'll go about, if we do a workshop on WebDevel, we can talk about all this stuff. And it seems very daunting at first, but yeah, we have some people actually using it. They're hoping it's good at this. But it's like 10 people. We don't want to deal with like a bunch of users and crashing errors, which we know already.
So beta testers in this one, and then I'm able to send a message saying hello, I'm able to join your carpool, I can help with gas, stuff like that. And these are messages where I'm able to chat. This is me testing because last time people tried accessing it and it broke the whole app.
Yeah, so our chat actually, we updated it. It's a community package. And the whole app just crashed. We have to roll back and republish. It was a lot of work, but yeah.
So basically, let's say, so
Oh, no, so when we update stuff, sometimes the code we push, we didn't test very good. And then by the time it gets to people's phones, it causes issues and it can make the app just like close and not work.
And so what I just did, I submitted a ride, and what does the backend do? It just suggests me the rides that are basically similar to my ride, so I'm able to connect with people who are like in a 6-mile radius and at the same time, same day.
Yeah, we ran like a selection sort at the back. It's cool. If you
Yeah.
take a 360, you probably know about this stuff. So that's cool. You get to see like everything you've learned like implemented. Because in your like day-to-day classes, you don't really do like big projects, and then here we can really work on like stuff that's more entertaining than like just academic.
Andre, you beat and then hacked it?
No, this is not hacked
That's
in.
another one.
Yeah,
This was just like we actually started this like a month ago.
yeah, a month ago. I knew nothing about mobile app development.
Me either. So
I just looked at like a 3-hour tutorial and hopped on this.
yeah, and our code is kind of messy just because of that, but it's similar to web development, so we were able to get through it. By the way, let's see what else. Does anybody have a project that they want to share with everybody else? It's fine if not. I just want to see stuff that I haven't seen before. You know, like I've already seen all this stuff.
Ideally, you'd have one by the end of the semester.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, I don't know if you guys are all computer science students. I'm guessing
Most, but not all.
yeah, good majority. I'm electrical engineering, but I want to do computer science too. Like I want to do like the EECS major at Berkeley, so I kind of like understand the computer science part. And to get internships, it's like super hard if you don't have projects. So I feel like finding people you can collaborate with and get some stuff in your portfolio is very useful. So that's my take on it. And then this is just the Hugging Face one.
Yeah, this is the Hugging Face one.
This is what Edward uses for his keywords.
So it's like open to the community if you guys want to access it. It's basically like you give it a prompt, let's say give me a panther. And then you can put like any QR code you want, let's say carbonated repo. And then what it basically does, it uses a Stable Diffusion model that generates an image for you and it's running.
But the cool thing about this is not, okay, you can make cool QRs. No, the actual model, the actual like AI model that does this is public, it's hosted here, and you can use it with some software developing tools that are on this site. Hugging Face, like,
What? What was that?
what?
No. Okay, so you're probably saying this. It's the negative prompt.
Yeah, so
That's the negative prompts. That's what the things that you don't want.
Oh,
okay.
Well, either way, yeah, all these models, these AI models are public, so you can build projects with them. You can just integrate them into your code. They actually teach you how to do this here. Yeah, models, dogs. These are all the models. They have dogs. Yeah, this is another resource you can have in your back pocket. But yeah, it's just to get you motivated. Or you can build stuff from scratch like the professor, which is actually way cooler, but this stuff just works faster and it's low entry.
We're going to teach you how to use this stuff in the future workshops.
Yeah, we
they're
do
fairly
workshops.
simple.
Yeah.
Few lines of code.
Yeah. Well, that's all for show and tell. Actually,
Mega Man?
Mega Man.
Okay. Alright.
Have you guys played Mega Man before?
You guys ever heard of Mega
I
Man?
saw my brother play.
No, what's that?
Show off the game first, real quick.
I was Wolverine.
Yes.
2002.
How much is it? Oh, we always put it. Okay.
This is a 20-year-old laptop.
Back here.
There's a plug here too.
You get some picture of them?
No, not yet. I mean, I was thinking after. I mean, I got video. I'm recording this whole thing.
Oh, nice.
It's got a lot of memory, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much memory do you have?
I don't know.
That's only 1080, so.
I want to try this. I want to hold bunch of this.
So, let's make sure it's not gonna blow out everything with zero problems.
Yeah.
This is,
And we didn't take a cart instead of Costco, we just carried the water out.
okay.
We hit the
What
gym
about
right
this?
before that, we were
Oh,
like,
does this room have the speakers? Or is it just stepping at it?
I think it does have speakers.
Let's see how I get to do that.
That's an actually, this room has that.
Coming out of my laptop.
Speak to the middle income families.
It hits the spot.
So this is the video game Mega Man 2. It's an old one. So, let the intro sounds finish.
Did you load progress?
I did get some progress. I'll start with the video. So just to show off the game, Super Fighting Robot Mega Man. When you play, there's a bunch of robot masters you have to defeat. You pick one. We'll be seeing lots of that. So I'm not going to play very much, but just to give you the idea of what this game's about, what the premise is. You're this guy, Mega Man. You can. Where's the buttons? Buttons. Those are buttons. That's not it. That's not it. What is that? Where's the buttons to control? I don't remember. Shut up. Then I am messing things up royally. I don't remember what buttons are to jump and shoot. I'm just destroying stuff.
Then you get
It's not. Keyboard is to control. What's jump? It's not keyboard. It's not. Okay. Well, you can jump and you can shoot. You'll see it in just a second. So, actually, let me hold on. We're gonna let that go for a second. I want to make sure I have the. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start with a fresh save. I forgot all the box. This is another example of a genetic algorithm, but this is a more complex one. So it's just like before. I'm going to be teaching the computer's going to be learning how to play this game. The computer's going to be learning how to play this game. Now, disclaimer, the program that I wrote is not fully complete, it's not really optimized, but we can see it in its basic action. So let me start it up. It's gonna go off like a rocket because it's got a lot of stuff to test and it's not gonna wait for us. So it's gonna boot, immediately. I'm not touching it, by the way. This is all I'm doing. I'm gonna let's see, like I said, not the best.
Why did you pick metal with every time?
Because it does. Oh, right, there we go. Oh. So it's going to try and get the game to learn how to play. So you can see it do its best. Currently, every time it seems to reset, that's a new individual. I could, this program isn't, like I said, this program isn't great. They have to run one at a time instead of all at once. So every time it's, yeah, so each of these starts randomly generated, and they know a basics. They might know a basic set of stuff, and they'll try to get through it. So you can see down here, every time it resets, we're on individual 21 of the first generation, 23, 24. I did tell it that if they don't immediately start making progress, to just reset. So if they don't start by running to the right, then just start. So it's another genetic algorithm. So we run a bunch of them, we take the best ones, we cut out the worst ones. But of course, this is a much more complicated system. They have to know how to, immediately they have to learn how to jump over the gap. Now, this one does take longer, partially because they cover them one at a time, but I have some saved progress that I can load up to show off how it works in progress, how it works after the generations. So, I apologize, let me actually turn the sound down. It's very repetitive.
Question?
Just
Go ahead and
Oh,
just say it.
does this actual version have any like vision unlike the other one?
Yeah. So each one of these guys running does have a brain. I think I can pause. I think I can slow it down to a pause. Well, running at 1% emulation speed. So I believe it's. Okay. I need it to be running at decent speed for it to know what to do. Okay. So here is what it sees. That's the brain that's popped up. So each one is going to be. Yeah, so it's literally reading what's on the screen. So that little blue box up there is what it sees. It reads every, I think like 4th pixel on the screen. And it doesn't read the actual, it just looks at each pixel on the screen and it can construct a brain based off of that. So you see, the stuff here on the right are the potential buttons. That's its vision on the left, and any line is connecting something that it sees to something that it can do. So this guy, some of them are more interesting than others, but you'll see sometimes when their vision line crosses over, when it changes what it's looking at, it'll change the inputs. So this guy, as the outputs change, you'll see a lot of them that do repeated jumping because there's a lot of vertical bars in the background. And so as the conveyor belt takes them across the vertical bars, it tells them to jump, jump, jump. So, and every generation we combine and add and mutate and make those brains more complex. So this is still the first generation, so they're all only going to be a single line. But let me stop this and jump ahead to a saved data a few generations down the line. So unfortunately, like I said, not a great program. I don't have an easy way of switching. I really have to go in and change the files. Test data, use set.
Has anybody played this game? Yeah.
Let's jump, so for my test data, let's jump to generation 5. Copy this. Over to saves, paste it in, and then I have to rename this to recent. It's also a bit of an old computer, so it doesn't always have to. Okay, so now it's going to start on that generation 5 data if I load up the script again. So run again. We have to watch it go through this process. I picked Metal Man out randomly. It could be any of few pieces in there. Well, this guy's less smart. But you can see there's now a few pieces in there. Some of them have, we've now, 5 generations down the line, we've weeded out the ones that had really bad lines, and we've gotten ones that have good lines, and maybe combine them together to get 1 or 2 good lines. So this guy's moving right, and B is the shoot button. A is the jump button, B is the shoot button.
So how long would you need to run it for? To get like an actual like.
Well, it depends. The first few generations go very quickly because of those fast resets. But once we're sitting here running, once they're all running over the pit, you can see each individual takes a little while. So,
Got this.
you can talk about this.
It's the conveyor belt, huh?
Yeah, it takes a while. So that one that we saw right at the start was the best guy of the previous generation. And so now we're getting all of the others. So he knows to run to the right, hey, he jumped over the gap. He knows to run to the right, jump. But then he comes down this way and does that. So I think I ran my test data, this is only generation 5, but I ran my test data for almost 24 full hours. Got up to about generation 111. Did not make it as far through the level as you might think for those of you who play the game, but I can jump ahead and show you the best guy that was created. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, you can see. Okay. It runs very slowly when the brain is up because it has to draw it. It runs better if I close the brain. Let me stop it again. Because we can just sit here and watch it. It's going to keep running guys. Let me show you the best guy that was created so far over my 24-hour running session. Test data, newest set, saves. All the way down here. We'll pick up, I'll just grab it all by itself. Actually, I think recent is generation 1. Saves. Delete the old ones. And, okay, so now we start the script over.
This was 24 hours.
This is about 24 hours of training.
And that was just normal speed.
At maximum speed that the emulator would allow. The emulator comes with a turbo mode, which is what I used. Alright, this is as good as it got. Ooh. Yeah, he's learned to shoot.
Oh!
He's made it up here. He has not learned how to dodge this. He just goes straight through it. Yeah. So this is an improvement that I would make if I came back to this program. Right now he's not very smart. That's far.
Hey!
But then he kills this enemy and gets health back. So good for him. Wait for it. Oh. Still going.
Really thinking of it as without immunity.
Yeah. So eventually he does run out of HP and then he gets taken out.
So you're optimizing for distance travel level, or are we optimizing for?
So it is optimized for distance traveling. There is a multiplier for the amount of HP, but like I said, I could have done better on this. I did not incentivize it enough. So it does check to see. The program earns more points for progress if it's able to keep high health during that progress. But the multiplier is not high enough to incentivize not just going straight for things. So this is a project that I've thought about coming back to over and over again. There's a lot of improvements to make. Yeah, so that's about as far as it got. I mean, we can sit here and watch it. My program is, again, very inefficient. It doesn't get much further than that. I once ran it for maybe 48 or probably like 3 or 4 days, more or less straight, and it did not get much further. So my program's not super intelligent. This again was more of a test, but I mean the proof of concept is there. My execution was just, I've learned a lot since then. I've learned a lot doing it. I've learned a lot by looking stuff up since then, so it could be better. So I mean, clearly, it's able to do it. It's able to learn. It just does it so slowly. I didn't actually really show off the brains. They get
Oh
complicated.
my goodness.
Yeah. So the brains get very complicated, and so there's a lot that can be done to make things better. But at the moment, this is what it does.
How complex is our brain?
Oh, millions and millions more times than this. I mean, these are literally, this design, this kind of a neural network design, is based off of, I mean, it's called a neural network. It's literally based off of the design of a just extremely simplified and way smaller. So like each square is a neuron. You can even see these complicated brains have middle points where multiple lines come into and then multiple lines come out of. So it actually has like midpoints, middle neurons, input, output neurons, and then all the dendrites connecting them. So it's actually based off of that process. It's just, real human brains are made of way more dots and lines.
So I'm a mathematician, that's what I do here. So behind the scenes, most of these are, if you ever take linear algebra, these are like one of the major applications of linear algebra is solving neural nets, like in reality, if you deal with it, for like higher dimensional space and stuff like that. These usually get the result of some of the gigantic exploding equations.
Have you guys watched Two Blue, bro? I don't know what
I love Two Blue.
Three Blue?
Yeah, 3 blue.
Three Blue?
Is that some linear algebra? Really nice.
Where did that come from? Three Blue.
I don't know the whole story behind it.
So we can sit here and keep watching. Again, I ran this for about 24 hours, and it's been stuck at about this point for about 6 hours. So about to the point where it died again. So could be that oh, he killed one of the enemies in the wall. Right? So they. Yeah. So it's more of a proof of concept than anything. And I wrote this several years ago, and if I had the time, I'd probably go back to it.
You guys want to see the genetic pathfinder?
So yeah, let's go back to the
Oh, yeah,
movie.
definitely.
So let's
Upon report.
Yeah, hopefully we all come together and we're able to build like these cool stuff. You know Minecraft?
Yeah.
No, I guess. Doesn't know Minecraft.
I mean, the answer is yes. You just need a long time. So yeah, they've been stuck here for a while. We're now in generation 89. Last we checked, it was like 60 something. It's just taking them a while to get past this.
Also, my computer's involved.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, but you can see they're starting to get some, the seed of the idea of how to surpass this obstacle is there. They're getting it. So, these genetic algorithms, they look cool, they're fun to watch, they're really not that hard to do. So this is the kind of thing that you could write in this club if you wanted to. That's something that looks interesting. If you're interested in AI in general.
So we're just gonna do networking right now, so you can talk with other people.
Yeah, we're done with our official tasks. You can talk, you can leave, you can meet pizza.
So if you need it out, don't feel rude. But I think it's very interesting if you can talk about a little bit how you.
Oh yeah, the color for this one,
Yeah.
the bubble one, yeah. The Mega Man one's too complicated. The bubble one, I can do.
You can take over.
Sure. Let's talk about how it's put together. I actually turn on the Mega Man here.
Yeah, but don't be afraid to just make noise.
Yeah, you can talk.
Yeah.
We're done. Let's see. So let's look at some of this code. So I believe the main code of the program for the bubble one is
I also, so what I do is use with my
So what this program does, so there's a lot of data here, but effectively it's split up into just a few functions in JavaScript. Setup, which actually sets the starting point of the program, generating the initial hyperpolarization, placing the blockades, determining what the algorithm is and then I have this function next generation. This is code that takes the previous generation, scores them, throws out all the losers, and then mixes them together.
I can just focus on
This is probably the most complicated part. Like the algorithm to put it together, and I didn't come up with it. I learned how to do it. So let's break it down piece by piece.
No, the average time in this campus
So
is
again,
6 years.
set the cycles to 0 because you're a new generation, new time. And then generation plus plus.
Unless you're doing a CS.
Then calculate the average radius of all the ages. That's what that block code is.
Even more than this.
Calculate the average so that I can throw out anybody that's below average. And create, this is JavaScript, so the syntax might be a little bit different than what you're used to. So to create variables, you say let. So let creating list equals brackets. That means create an array called this. So create an array, create the total. Fitness is the word that we use for this. And then I've got some nice comments here. Maybe I can even expand these two.
function, again, you would do often as you would have, it would go down functions,
There we go.
so
That's it.
you can vary the accuracy of a certain amount.
So
So you
only,
specify.
I call them agents, those are the bubbles. The agents whose performance is average or better are added to the agents. So draw it all the way from single average. And then the way I encourage good performance is I have this rating list, but the ones that have the highest scores, they get added to the list multiple times. So they are represented in the grading pool multiple times, so they're more likely to get chosen as a parent. And it's, relative to the score. So one of them is just average, exactly average, so they'll be added to list once. Their genes can be passed on, but maybe not likely. The top performer, if he's 10 times better or 100 times better than the average guy, he'll be in the list 10 times or 100 times, so that he might be chosen way more often as the parent. And then
You did
create the next 500. So the actual complicated part of this, so I selected one parent at random, there's my math.random function. Select the second parent at random using the math.random function. And then all the really complicated combination part is in this one function, which is so I can look at that elsewhere. And then, oh, that's right, the best performer actually, as it says in the complex, the best performer is always carried over without change. So that progress is never lost. And we update the display, and that's the end of that function. Update all the displays, show the average. And then this is actually the draw function is the main function of the program, which is, so this is where we start, and this is what runs the big loop to do everything. So it's more or less something like that. So each bubble updates position based on where it wants to go, and then update its score if it's in comments. And then if it hits the wall or a blockade, well, in the simulation they'll stop moving, but in the code, I just remove them from the array of bubbles to simulate. So they still are drawn, they just aren't simulated. They stop right there. Only at this point. So that we're not updating a bunch of ones that are already on the page. Find the here. That's actually it. And this, I believe, this is just updating the text. Yeah. Updating the text. And then we draw it. Everything is simulated with just numbers, and then it's drawn. So everything. Draw everything once we simulate how things go next. And that's the main part of it. Is just create the 500. It might be 200. I say 500. Create the several hundred. Let them go, simulate where they are, draw where they are, and repeat that until 500 cycles have passed. Mix them together to function. So that's, it might seem complicated, but that's actually the most complicated of all the files. That is just the main one. I'm going to jump over to the other ones. So, for example, for the blockade, here's the code for the blockade. This is how I draw those gray blockades on the screen. They have an X and a Y position, and then a width and a height. And they have this one special function which I use to determine if a bubble is. If it looks complicated. If the bubble is inside the blockade, then it's. If the bubble's in the square, it's so we check X and Y and the X and Y and all that. It looks more complicated than it is. Every blockade has X and Y coordinate, and then it's width and height. And so all we're checking is that the bubble's X value is greater than the square's X value, but less than this, less than the squares which x plus the width, right? So it's less than the opposite side. And then if it's greater than the y value, but less than the y plus the height. And if it's there, it must be inside, right? So if it's, for example, if the bubble was at a greater x position, less than the x plus width, and greater than the y position, but not greater than the y plus height, that means it's not. So then it's not correct. So basic little collision that's all the blockades do is, they are somewhere, and then they check to see if things apply. And these 3 lines is just wrong. Stroke 150, still 150. I believe those are colors. They're gray, so it's gray scale. So, then for the bubbles themselves, they have a little bit of interest in it. So we have, this is constructor, so I did do some object-oriented programming here. Makes more sense to my brain to do it that way, but we could have done it so this is all the data that a SQL agent keeps track of. Where it is in the X position, where it is in the Y position, which direction it's currently moving in. So each bubble actually has a direction that it wants to move in, and then its brain, the brain being this part, its brain influences direction. So if the bubble wants to move this way, but then it hits this, it's going to go like that. It'll start going in. And it doesn't do it instantly. It actually is like slowly doing I call it a flow field. I don't know if it's a real thing.
It does make it look like water.
Yeah, so the whole idea was to make it smooth so it will just flow like water or like bubbles. That's what I was going for. And so the update function is just updating where it is and where it's going, right? This looks like complicated math. It looks like complicated. It's not complicated. It's just, I got an absolute value. Yeah, it looks complicated as code, but it's really not. All it's doing is figuring out where's my direction, how fast am I moving, where should I end up. Like if I'm going at a 270-degree angle direction, 2 degrees, and I'm moving at 5 pixels a second, after 1 second, it looks complicated.
No, I'm actually.
I suppose I'm at fault for making it complicated for using this syntax. What do you want to syntax for if statements?
Oh, cool.
So, are you excellent to bubbles? Oh.
Comments. I think.
Oh, you're
I
one
made some
race
comments explaining.
That's an excellent.
Are you
I don't know.
Yeah, just. I'm just
never
bubbles on the direction, and that gives us one, some.
I know. Because like I was in
It's just those two.
and it was
So,
they just used like
perhaps I'm not using the
one single library that shows Java
But the impression I want to get across is that it's just maybe little individual pieces, nice and
Probably not.
Java is good. You know,
What do you guys
Christian.
Yeah, like the mine.
Yeah, you
How do I make something?
Cool.
I saw that I
You guys are
did.
Oh, nice.
It's crap. So it's like, the more you plan out, but sometimes you have to tweak the numbers.
Do you have any experience with like frameworks?
This is all fun. If you take a 360, you see all of this in this guy.
Yeah.
one, you've seen about 50% or more in ICD. You don't know that also pay.
Don't worry, yeah.
Few things you have hardly and
Right now, I'll have all glasses.
and you're really got a bunch of ideas about that.
You want to build this?
I've used Databricks, but I've only used NoSQL. Yeah, I've never used SQL, but I think SQL is probably the best.
This is when you're covering big.
Getting out? Yeah, thanks for coming.
I didn't show up, so pretty self-explanatory.